Hello and welcome to the Machinist News Network. I'm Deirdre Kanievsky. Recently at the National Press Club here in D.C., labor, government, and business came together to talk about the state of American manufacturing and how if America wants to continue to prosper, big changes on a national level need to be made.
That's why what you're arguing for today, what this conference is about, in rebuilding manufacturing, creating wealth in our communities, strengthening the middle class, should be the mission of all of us, regardless of party, regardless of ideology, and regardless, frankly, of our position on these trade agreements.
But I can't believe the most conservative in this room, nor the most liberal in this room. The Republicans in this room and the Democrats in this room can't agree that making it in America from either perspective is what we want to do.
There are definitely different paths to take, but all want the same goal in the end, for America to remain a global leader. But to do that, the country must have a robust manufacturing sector. The Machinists and others like U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown believe a national strategy that encourages innovation, enforces trade laws, and capitalizes on clean energy is a good start.
To create or rebuild our ability to make things, to finance the technology that's important to do that, to educate the next generation of innovators and makers of things is what needs the focus. And then infrastructure will follow that drive, that push or that incentive.
A focus on the next generation is something the Machinists have been pushing for years, especially hands-on programs like Aviation High School in New York, which offer young adults a unique perspective into manufacturing. Brown agrees. He too believes it's time to get the next generation involved.
You know, they haven't seen a machine shop. They haven't seen they haven't talked to tool and die makers and see what they do. They haven't seen a chemical plant or a smelting plant, or they haven't seen steel being made or a paper mill or an auto assembly. And one of the things we need to do is suggest to our elected officials and to our policymakers that they see things being made. And if they do, I think they will take a very different view of what manufacturing in our country looks like.
For House Democratic Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, the idea is simple. Make it in America.
When we make it in America, more of us will be able to make it in America. America became a world power in part because so much of what made the world run was produced in American factories by American workers. And along with that success came generations of solid jobs that gave America the largest, most well-off middle class in the world. Manufacturing and the middle-class economy it creates is a part of the American character that we must not give up.
But it's how to accomplish this task where things get sticky. Hoyer says a focus on taxes, as well as regulatory and environmental policies, is going to make this a much more controversial issue. But he believes it can be done, and that American manufacturing can once again reign supreme.
That's why our economic recovery won't be complete until we can be assured that making things is a viable and vibrant part of America's economic future. And that's why the Make It in America agenda.
Buffenbarger, too, knows this can happen. He sees the talent of the manufacturing workforce every day. But he says the government needs to do its part, like getting rid of tax breaks for companies who send jobs overseas and taking care of workers before corporations.
It's okay to give them a tax break to go, but it's not okay to give them a tax break to stay. And so we're going to see who's more powerful, the Business Roundtable or the U.S. Senate and the Congress of the United States.
This November, working-class Americans plan to wield that power they have in the voting booth, electing politicians who understand that American manufacturing is what's going to keep this country on top. For more, you can log on to goim.org. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Machinist News Network.